Welcome to Moving the Needle, the podcast packed with digital marketing strategies crafted exclusively for med spas. If you're looking to draw in more patients, grow your revenue, and level up your business, you're in the right place. This show is your inside track to scaling smarter. Get ready to glow up and get your injection of med spa marketing strategies with your host, Chris Fink.
It's time to be real. Almost every med spa owner that I've talked to that's been open for more than a year has been burned by a marketing company or agency at some point. You invest thousands of dollars, you're promised the moon and 1,000 leads in a week, and a few months later, nothing. No patients, no ROI, just frustration and wondering where your money went. Now, if you have been through that, you're not alone. Today, I'm going to walk through how to recover, how to rebuild some trust, and finally get to see some results. Welcome back to Moving the Needle, the show where we help med spa owners and managers attract, convert, and retain patients with smarter, more predictable digital marketing strategies. I'm your host, Chris Fink, founder of the Med Spa Agency. Now, I know how painful it is to spend money and feel like you got nothing in return. The frustration is real, and it can leave you skeptical about ever trusting another agency again. I know that because before I was at an agency and before I started the Med Spa Agency, I was in a med spa and hired other agencies where I was wondering where the results were. So I completely understand. And here's the truth. Bad marketing experiences, they don't have to be the end, and they're not the only experiences to be had. They're lessons, and if you learn from them and you learn how to interpret them, they can actually set you up for smarter, stronger growth. So I guess let's just call it, why do so many med spas get burned by marketing agencies? And there are some reasons and some things that you can spot that will help you avoid those landmines. One is the providers that give you just cookie cutter campaigns. Agencies will give you the same ads, the same stock photos, the same strategy that they're giving 20 other businesses or med spas. And a lot of the agencies that are out there, they aren't niche agencies, which means their generalist agencies can be very good. I'm not saying that all generalist agencies are bad. But what I am saying is that the odds of you finding one that really understands your language, understands your business and how it operates is better if they specialize in your field. So in the case of this show, med spa focused digital marketing strategies are probably going to understand more. You don't have to explain what cryolipolysis is. They know. And so when they know that, they can achieve more with less friction. Another thing that happens is some of these agents will show you vanity metrics. This is the one that really just grinds me. They show you clicks, they show you impressions, they show you likes, and the number of little hearts that you got and thumbs ups, but they don't show you booked appointments. And it looks good, but it doesn't pay the bills. And then there's, classic over-promising. Agencies that'll promise you'll double everything in 90 days, but there's not really a plan and there's not a strategy in place that can lay that out. And lastly, poor follow through and execution. If an agency gets the first part of the funnel right, and you're getting the leads coming in and the interest, but there's no system for follow-up, then the opportunity dies before it hits your books and turns into a treatment opportunity. Now, if any of that sounds familiar, you're not crazy, you're not alone. It happens to a lot of med spa owners. So if we think of that experience like a trauma, here's the first step to recovery. Separate marketing as a discipline from the agency or the tactic that failed. Marketing works. You see competitors filling their calendars. They're not lucky. They have a system and they're consistent. The problem itself isn't that marketing doesn't work. The problem is that you were sold hype instead of a real strategy. So when you make that mindset shift, you move from discouraged to empowered. So let's talk about your recovery plan or your therapy. What do you do after a bad experience with a bad marketing agency or an agency that just maybe they weren't even bad, they just failed to deliver and execute? Here's the recovery mode roadmap that I would lay out for med spa owners. The first thing to do is audit what went wrong. Look at the last campaign. Were the offers weak? Was there no dedicated landing page? Were you tracking calls? You're going to have to assess and be brutally honest. This is how you can avoid repeating the same mistakes. Next up, take some time and really clarify your goals. Get laser focused on what you want to achieve from your marketing relationship. Don't just say, well, I want more patients. Say, I want 20 new Botox patients every month. Or I want to sell 15 memberships. Clear goals can shape better strategies and campaigns. Next, narrow your focus. Really zoom in on high value service campaigns. Don't advertise everything. You'll diffuse the budget and effectiveness. Pick one or two high margin treatments. Things like laser hair removal, body contouring, memberships. That focus can multiply your ROI. And on your end, or in partnership with your agency, depending on what services they provide, make sure that you build really good, thorough follow-up systems. And look, leads mean nothing without follow-up. In today's environment, you need to have SMS, email, phone outreach within minutes, not days. Somebody calls on a Friday afternoon and they don't get hold of anybody, and you happen to be closed Saturdays and Mondays, they're gone. So you need to make sure that you have a really solid system for capturing those leads and that interest. Otherwise, the system's going to break. You're going to blame the ads. It's not the ads' fault. The ads generate interest. The system, the landing page generates contact, and then the contact in that system generates the appointment. Please make sure that you're tracking the right KPIs and you have those dialed in before the campaign starts. Forget impressions and clicks. Watch your cost per lead. Watch your cost per booked appointment or your cost of patient acquisition, lifetime value of a patient multiplied across the new incremental patients that are gained during the campaign. Those are the numbers that can tell you whether marketing is profitable. And look, choose your agency partner carefully. Have multiple conversations with them. Ask hard questions before you hire them. How do they track ROI? What do the reports look like? What do their analytics look like? Do they offer transparency in reporting? Or do they give you like, yeah, we saw great improvement? Ask what they do line by line. Oh, we do SEO. We'll do SEO work for you every month. Does anybody that's not an SEO specialist know what that really means? There's a lot of different disciplines within SEO. Can they show case studies, booked appointments, not just clicks? I'm going to be honest. Getting burned by an agency makes you gun shy. I was in the same exact place. It's natural. But here's what I had to remind myself and what I now remind owners of. Some patients have had a bad chemical peel or a bad Botox, a bad filler experience, and yet they don't give up on skincare or injectables. They find a provider that they trust. They find a new injector. So marketing is the same. Don't quit on a vehicle that drives growth. Just choose the right driver. So thinking about what we just talked about, a bad marketing experience doesn't equate failure. It definitely doesn't define your future. It's a setback, but not a death sentence. And if you audit, reset, and rebuild with the right strategy, you can absolutely move past it and create the consistent growth that you wanted all along. Thanks for tuning into this episode. You've been listening to Moving the Needle. If you've been burned by a marketing agency in the past and you're ready for a real plan that's built specifically and exclusively for med spas, head on over to the medspaagency.com, schedule a discovery call. My team and I will look at your past campaigns, we'll diagnose what we think went wrong, and we'll give you a roadmap to finally get some results. If this episode resonated with you, please subscribe and share. Catch the next episode, and share it with another med spa owner or practice that you feel could use some transparency and help in therapy recovering from a bad experience. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Chris Fink, and this has been Moving the Needle. We'll see you next time.